Hey fams, good day and welcome back to our YouTube channel Diary TV. I remain your host, Divine Favor Awogo. On to today's segment, I bring you Mikel Arteta's revelation on the Bukayo Saka's injury. Let's start with the man who wears Arsenal heart on his sleeves, Bukayo Saka. If you caught that Real Madrid game, you saw him tearing it up, right? First start since December after a brutal hamstring injury, and he's out there winning free kicks like it's nothing. Two of them leading to Declan Rice screamers, but then some 4 minutes in, the moment every Arsenal fan dreaded, Saka goes down clutching his leg and Leandro Trossard jogging on to replace him. Cue the panic on social media not again. Is it the hamstring season over? You know how we roll worst case scenarios, always the vibe until we hear otherwise. So what did Mikel Arteta say to calm the storm? Post-match, he steps up to the mic with Amazon Prime and drops this. He's fine, I think it was a kick on the free kick action. Then in his presser, he doubles down. Bukayo, after he could tackle on the foul, I think he had a knock and he had to go. It doesn't look serious, okay? Breathe, farms. Doesn't look serious. Arteta is not sugarcoating it either. He's a straight shooter, but he's keeping it chill. No mention of that hamstring flaring up again, just a knock from a tackle. That's huge. Saka's been out for over 3 months before this surgery, and also any hint of a relapse would have been huge or been a gut punch. Instead, it's a bruise, a battle scar from terrorizing David Alaba all night. Now, recovery time, here is where we speculate a bit because Arteta didn't slap a date on it. A knocked vage, it could be a deep bruise, a tweak, maybe some swelling. Best case, he's icing it. Resting up and of course back in a week for that second leg against Real Madrid on April 16th. Worst case, maybe 2 weeks if there's a minor strain hiding in there, pushing him out to late April. But Arteta's tone doesn't look serious. Leans optimistic. Saka walked fine post games. For reports, no limbs, no crutches. That's not a guy nursing a major issue. I'll bet on him missing maybe one match. Brentford this Saturday. If we talk to be safe, they're back for the Bernabeu. Arsenal are risking their golden boy, but they're actually not benching him for long either. This kid's too vital and his fire against Rio proved it. What about Rice though? Let's shift gears. His story just as wild. Up next, we have Declan Rice injury and of course performance against Real Madrid. Declan Rice, where do we even start? The man was a magician against Real Madrid. 2 free kicks, 2 goals, 58th and 70th minutes, both absolute bangers. The first screws around the walls, kisses the post and nestles in. The second, top beans, unstoppable, couches flapping at her. Michael Merino adds a third blatant, but Rice, he stole the show. A midfielder who never scored a free kick in his career for the 3 games this season. Relentless engine, and he picked that night to turn into David Bencham. Arsenal fans were losing it. I'm pretty sure I screamed loud enough to wake the neighbors, but then 80th minute the mood shifts. Rice goes down, Sergio Simon offers Murphy out there, and he's snubbed off for Kieran Tierney. Blood on his sock as some eagle-eyed reporters yet. Arteta's update, I think Dec had an issue with his foot. I'm not sure if it was actually a tackle or what it was. Again, doesn't look serious, okay? So it's not a broken foot or a torn ligament. Thank the football gods, but blood's nothing. Sounds like a cut or a nasty knock, maybe from a stray boot in the chaos of the game. He'd taken treatment earlier too, soldiering on to finish his masterclass before calling it. Did it impact his performance? Not one bit, until he couldn't go no more. Rice was everywhere, breaking up play, driving forward, and then those set pieces. If anything, the injury might have fueled him. Adrenaline masking the pain until it couldn't. Post games, he's walking around the Emirates. No hobbling reported, which is a green light. Prospect for his return, like Saka, Arteta's playing it cool, so I'll peg it at a week, maybe 2 if they're extra cautions. That Brentford games might be a rest day. Why risk it with real loaming? But the second leg, he'll be itching to finish what he started. Rice's durability is insane. For 3 appearances this year, rarely misses a beat, so a minor foot issue would keep him down long. Arsenal needs that fire, and he's too stubborn to sit out the Champions League semi-final shot. But what does this mean for the team? Let's dig into the ripple effect next. Yes, of course, up next we got the implications for upcoming matches and strategy. Now let's talk stakes. Arsenal flying high 3-0 up on Real Madrid 1 foot in the Champions League semis for the first time since 2009. But the shadow's brutal. Brentford at home this Saturday, April the 12th. Then that second leg at the Bernabeu on April the 16th. Beyond that, Premier League clashes with Brighton, Tottenham, and a title race that's sleeping 9 points behind Liverpool as of now. Saka and Rice at the heartbeat of this team, and any time off the pitch shakes things up. So what happens if they're out, even short term? First, the lineup. Saka's the right wing wizard, pace, tricky goals, of course, and Rice is the midfield rock, defensive steel, and now apparently a free kick sniper. Without them, Arteta's got holes to plug. Brentford's no pushover, they've got pacey forwards like Brian Wilmore, who will test Arsenal's backline if Saka sits expect Leonard Trossard or Gabriel Jesus to shift wide, hold solid, but they don't replicate that fear factor. Arteta raveled about with Saka Rice out. Mikel Merino steps up his squad against Madrid, loves a battle, but it's not the same anchor. Thomas Partey could drop deep too, but his injury history dicey. Depth's there, just not that elite spark strategy-wise. Arteta might pivot with Rice, Arsenal press high, and of course suffocate teams. Lose that, and they might see deeper lean on counter-attacks. Saka absence dials back the flair. We'll see more structured build-up, less chaos on the flanks. Against Real in the second leg, that's risky. Madrid outthrow everything at that 3-0 deficit. Arteta hinted the Champions League is the priority now, writing our own history, he said, to expect him to save Saka and Rice for the Bernabeu. Even if it means a rotated squad against Brentford, a draw that's fine if it secures a semi-final spot. The vibe shifts too. That Madrid win was a statement. Fans chanting 15 minutes before kickoffs, players feeding off it, Saka and Rice embodied that swagger. Without them, confidence could bubble, especially if result deep, but Arteta is a master at adapting. He's juggled injuries all season from Gabriel's hamstring surgery absence. This is his test. Keep the momentum, even short-handed. How's the pulling it off? Let's peek behind the curtain at Arsenal's recovery plan next. Up next, we have steps for his safe return and injury prevention. So how's Arsenal getting Saka and Rice back in action without rolling the dice? Arteta not spilling all the tea, but we can piece it together. These guys aren't just players, they're investments, cornerstones of a project chasing silverware. After that midfield clash, Arteta's update screamed caution. Doesn't look serious, sure, but no rushing. Saka's hamstring saga, 3 months out, surgery careful, Chemos against Fulham and Everton. Shows they're learned. Rice, Mr. Reliable, but that bloody sock says they're not chancing it either. Step 1, assessment. Right now, Side ill, Simon Murphy and the medical team are poking and prodding scans, maybe an MRI for Rice's foot to rule out fractures. Eyes and elevation for Saka's, they're not guessing. Arsenal's got that top tier facilities in London Colney, and they'll know the full picture by Friday. Step 2, rest. Brentford close 3 days post Madrid, so expect both to sit, letting inflammation settle. Saka's been babied since December and Rice rarely resets. He rarely rests. So this is the breather. Step 3, rehab. Light training early next week, ball work for Saka to take that leg, maybe a 3 meal for Rice to ease that foot. Arteta loves data load management, heart rate, the work, so they'll ramp up only when the numbers say so. Prevention the kicker, Saka's injury history, hamstring. Now this screams overload. He's 23, played for 3 games last season. England duty 2. Arsenal's rotating more this year. Trossard, Martinelli, Jesus sharing minutes, but Saka's still the go-to. They'll tweak his workload, maybe sub him early and blow-words. Rice, same deal for 3 games, no break. Merino and Partey can spell him, but Arteta's got to trust the bench. Bigger picture, strength coaching, better boots, or Rice to dodge those cuts, maybe yoga for flexibility. They've lost Gabriel for the season, Havertz too can't afford more. Arteta, Mantra are fit and available. That's the goal, and they're playing it smart. But who fills the void if they're out? Let's wrap this up with the stakes and of course standings. Up next, we've got the impact on upcoming fixtures and expectations for replacement. Here's the million-dollar question: what happens if Saka and Rice miss times? Arsenal's got Brentford, then Real Madrid's second leg, pivotal moments in the season teetering between glory. And what if Saka's the spark, 11 goals, 10 assists last year, terrorizing defenses, Rice is the spine, 6 goals now, defensive walls, newfound set-piece magic, Without them, the odds shift. Brentford's winnable 2-0 last August, but shaky without that duo. A draw not fatal, but momentum matters. Real Madrid away, that's the base. 3-0 is a cushion, but Madrid flipped big at deficit. 2018, anyone? No Saka or Rice. And Arsenal clinging to hope, not dictating terms. The replacement, though, they've got chops. Leandro Trossard, a clutch king, scored against Fulham off the bench, silky on the wing. He's not Saka's pace, but he's finishing little. Expect a goal if he starts. Gabriel Jesus could slide right too, less flair, more grit, and is hungry after a quiet spell. Midfield, Michael Merino's the man, scored against Madrid, loves a scrap, sets 2 of tenacity. He's not rising on the throne, but he'll bully Brentford midfield his own in Spain. Partey is an option too, class when fit, but that's the catch. Martin Odegaard picks up creative slacks either way, captain got to step up. Expectation, Trossard and Merino can steady the ship, maybe a 1-0 grind against Brentford. A scrappy draw at the Bernabeu to limp into the semis, but it's not the same. Saka and Rice bring magic. Lose that, and Arsenal ceiling drops from title contenders to top 4 hopefuls. Fans will demand wins regardless. Emirates was electric against Madrid, and they respect no less. Arteta's banking on a quick recovery one way, I guess, because without them, the dreams dimmer. What's your take, guys? Can the backup shim, or can it shine, or are we sweating until Saka and Rice returns? Drop it in the comments, smash that like button, and let's keep the Arsenal convo rolling. Until next time, still loud, still proud, and of course, up the Gunners! Of course, yes, signing off, we remain Diary TV.